Hi, I'm Stacey from Western Australia. I'd just like to share my story about women dating and working with Dan.
Hey man, if the saying happy wife, happy life ever crossed your mind, then you must watch this super quick but powerful video. My client Stacey is a divorced 50-year-old man who completely lost his masculine power in his marriage. He lost all self-respect, he got walked all over, and he sacrificed years of fulfillment and joy in a sexless marriage because he gave his balls to his woman. Now, Stacey's done a mind-bending 180 flip and is living like a king, dating gorgeous women who deeply love and respect him, and feeling deeply self-confident, acting the boss because he found his balls and a deep love and respect for himself. Please, man, watch this short, powerful 7-minute video.
So when I was married, I really think that I was of the opinion that, the happy wife, happy life thing was definitely something I had to really pay attention to. Constantly giving everything that she asked for, the minute she asked for it. And really any time that she was unhappy, I was automatically unhappy. Whether I understood why she was unhappy was irrelevant. It was all my fault. And I made lots of quite ridiculous, now I stop to think of them, secret bargains with myself that if I did this, she'd do that. And most of them were to the point where I was convinced that if I gave her everything that she asked for, she'd eventually get to a point where she'd say, well, I've had enough, I've had all the good things I want. Time now that I start giving back to you. But with women, I was fairly convinced they didn't enjoy any kind of physical intimacy or sex. They were entitled to everything, and I was damned lucky to have any sort of attention from a woman at all. There was definite times when I really resented it. After coaching, it's hard to even begin to describe what I discovered really was the problem. And I think possibly the biggest discovery was the fact that hiding what I wanted was probably the worst thing I could do. Not stating my needs, not being firm in my boundaries, not understanding that I was actually entitled to say what I wanted, and I will be okay in the end. There have been so many small steps along the way that are lost almost to the experience, but so many things. And I think getting that deep, profound sense that I will be okay no matter what was probably one of the most astonishing shifts in my thinking that I ever experienced. And other people have commented on how calm I am now. But it's the shift in my thinking is almost impossible to describe. I've gone from assuming that everything's bad and that I'm not worth anything to assuming everything's going really well and having that absolute faith in myself that I can solve all my problems. I look now back at my life and I can see a guy who was hugely competent and has huge amounts of skills and never believed in himself. And then I've also discovered the lessons that I learned along the way and where I chose to start believing that I wasn't good enough and the damage that caused me and the way that my behaviours changed to accommodate those things, and then to sit there and look at them and be able to take them away again and say, no, these aren't true. I don't believe these things anymore. They're not part of who I choose to be. And realising I genuinely had the choice to decide who I wanted to be. Who is Stacey? What does he believe? What does he think? What does he want? What do I do differently now and how do I feel now? Oh man, I feel great. I just genuinely feel blessed to be here. I feel magical all the time. I am just so chill. It's ridiculous. I spend my time considering carefully how I can improve every single aspect of myself and my life. I am massively disciplined. I do my exercises every day. I spend time every day journaling. I only have cold showers now. Why? Because it shows that I choose and I say, no, I will do the hard thing. rather than do the easy thing all the time. And I feel my reaction to everything now is different to how I used to react to everything. I have the areas that I get to work on, and they're always something I look forward to. I look forward to learning more, growing more, and developing more. It truly has been a blessed experience, and I can't recall the moment it shifted into it, but I remember deciding early on I was going to get every ounce of value I could out of this experience, and no matter what I was asked to do, I was going to do it. And I'm damn glad that I made that choice, because it's driven me to make some really amazing discoveries about myself, and to really sit back and think, you know, I like this guy. I like spending time with Stacey. He's a good man. Not a nice guy, but he's a good man. How do I experience myself around women, and how do I experience myself? I find it super interesting now. I look forward to it in a way that I hadn't before. I notice their reaction to me so clearly now that it almost comes as a surprise if they don't show a level of interest in me, because of the work I've done, because of the way I show up in the world, not because of any external stuff, but because of who I am, and now how my energy changes and interacts with them. It's so fascinating to see that, to see how the simple body language changes that I made change the way a woman perceives me. And from there, that really snowballed the effect. There was the start to behave this way, notice the different changes in them, and then that becomes an underline of the behaviours, and you just continue with it. So it's not uncommon for women to touch me before I've touched them, usually after I've known them a little while, and quite often in a work setting, and they will touch me on the shoulders, on the arms. I've had comments from other women that, you know, wow, that outfit looks so sexy on you, and then realizing what they're saying. I've had multiple experiences like that, which has been such a shift. And realistically, I've not changed physically that much, and that's, I think, one of the key insights that Dan brings. He understands at such a deep level and has such unconscious mastery of the way women think, feel and act, and has a great way of communicating that across to you. So it's just by being around that, you pick up on these ways of being. So I absorb that, I take that on, and some of the things that he's challenged me to do, which initially had an amount of fear around, turned out to be amazing exercises that got me to a place that I never thought I'd be. And when you can make a woman blush just by looking at her, pretty good experience, eh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Bro, what an incredible story. Listen, if you change nothing, nothing changes. Guys, this is my joy. It's my passion, my life, helping men 40 to 55 rediscover their deep masculine power, their sexual self-confidence after a failed long-term marriage or relationship where they lost themselves as men, gave everything to their woman, including their balls, got nothing but disrespect, contempt, and divorce papers in return. It's my mission to fill the world with deeply self-confident, powerful men standing in their masculine brilliance so they can create loving, powerful relationships with beautiful women who love, respect, and adore them, to make this world a safer, happier, better place for all, including my daughter. If Stacey's story resonates, here's 3 things you can do right now. Number 1, for the 2% of action takers ready now to become the next Stacey, master yourself, master women, and master relationships, become the CEO of your life, then below there's a direct link to my calendar. It takes 7 seconds. It's a complimentary VIP coaching session for action takers. We'll get to know each other just a little bit and see if you're ready to break free of your soft little comfort zone that's killing you and quickly 100x your life, or stay where you are a little longer. Both is totally fine so long as you decide. I'm just there to help you make that decision. Number 2, if amazing growth and change frightens you a little, you're uncertain, you're doubtful, maybe you feel that waiting a little longer in the same place you've been for however long, that's the best strategy for you right now, then there's a link below that to a free 50-minute in-depth training by me. The only cost is your name and email, and you can opt out at any time. This training will completely fill you up to the brim with lots of warm, beautiful hope. You don't have to do anything or take any action. And 3, the last option, if you're still in the chaos of your breakup or divorce and it's going to be another few months until you can focus on working on you, or you're not really that serious about your own life and you're happy to just keep consuming awesome content, then there's a link to a fantastic video below breaking down Stacey's transformation in much more detail, just so you can begin to imagine what's possible for you. Please follow me on Instagram at dan.gibson.dating. And remember, man, I love you. And if you change nothing, nothing will change. Peace, brother. Can't wait to